Hello and welcome to Core Finance. I'm Matt Brown and I'm joined down the line by Tim Young, who is a day trader at Ayondo and also a FTSE guru. How are you today, Tim?
Very good, thanks, Matt. Very good. Yourself?
Very well, very well. It's been an interesting week, certainly with the FTSE. Yesterday we saw the big moves really driven by the Bank of England. How have you fared this week, Tim?
Well, it's been a good week for me. I've been long, but it's been very frustrating for the first few days. It's just like the FTSE refused to go up. Whatever happened, it was almost teasing you. You know, it can be very frustrating at times. But then with the Bank of England announcement, it got some upward momentum finally, and it looks like it's following through on that. So overall, it's been a good week. Started off frustrating, but it tends to be that way when the market's waiting for a big announcement. So.
Fantastic. Well, that's great to hear. Well, let's have a look at the first chart, the FTSE 100. This is the daily chart, I believe. If you can just talk us through what we're looking at.
Yeah, I think that's now looking. It now is looking bullish. We've had this before the candlestick up yesterday. We had this frustrating sort of nothing movement where it was really giving all kinds of no signals at all. Really, it's just been noise and sideways movement, but yesterday looks like it's making a decisive move up. So the stochastic isn't overbought yet, so I think there's more room for that to go up. The RSI again isn't overbought, so I'm seeing this as potentially the start of the long-awaited breakout over the 7.5 level, which has been threatening to do for months, but not quite done it yet.
Fantastic. Yeah, I mean that seems like a key level. It's tested it, but. So 7,500, and are you long into this potential move to the upside?
I am long at the moment. Yeah, I'm just trying to do a quick scalp trade at the moment. So I'm long with a target of 7,480 something. So we're in that 7,470 to 7,480 range. So I'm just trying to take a quick long trade at the moment. But yeah, definitely I will be trying to be long into this breakout. Absolutely.
Good stuff. And moving on to the next chart, which expanding the time frame out a bit. This is the weekly chart. Walk us through this and just, I mean, it looks like the FTSE's generally been undulating upwards here. Just talk us through and how traders could look to trade this weekly chart.
Sure. Well, I mean, if you go back, you can see you had that massive green candlestick. I don't know how many weeks ago that was, back in July of last year, about a year ago, and that seems to be the start of a new uptrend. But we've had this sort of sideways consolidation now for probably about 12 weeks, which has been pretty frustrating. Waiting for this breakout. But the longer the consolidation, usually the bigger the breakout afterwards. So because we had a long period of consolidation before that big green candlestick back in July last year, and I think it's similar to that, where we've just had a few months of frustrating sideways movement without it breaking out. But it looks to me like it wants to break out over that 7.5 on the weekly chart as well, because the stochastic isn't overbought yet, the RSI isn't overbought yet. We've got a slightly rising MACD histogram, so I think I'm just waiting for this elusive breakout over 7.5. I think it's going to come because we've got Wall Street now over 22,000.
Yes.
But the FTSE hasn't sort of followed through so clearly. But I think it's just a matter of time until it does.
Good stuff. And your trade for today, you already mentioned, probably long for choice. Stops and levels.
I'd say if we get a dip back to 7,450, I'd be going long there with a target of 7,500 and a stop of 7,425 for sort of nice round numbers there. But those are the sort of levels I'd be looking at.
Good stuff. Would you be looking to hold positions over the weekend or close out flat and get on with enjoying yourself?
It all depends, really. I mean, I don't mind holding positions over the weekend as long as there's not too big. I don't mind holding small positions. But I wouldn't really want to be holding a large position over the weekend if you want to enjoy the weekend. So I wouldn't be holding a large position over the weekend, but I might possibly hold a small one.
That's brilliant. Well, Tim, thanks very much for joining us today. Hopefully you do enjoy your weekend, and we look forward to catching up with you next week.
Thanks, Matt.